This week in Jamaica Now, anguish in Stewart Castle. An 8-year-old girl is found murdered 5 days after she went missing.
I just want the person who did this to be caught and to be punished. It is really a sad day for us here.
A day after the gruesome discovery, residents beat a man they accused of the murder and set him ablaze, killing him. Ann-Marie Vaz, sworn in as Portland Eastern MP, her 98-year-old grandmother was among those in Gordon House to witness the moment. Hundreds turned out for a tearful farewell to broadcaster Dorraine Samuels.
But we had to speak, and we had to share, and we had to celebrate her, because this is our undoing.
And 8,000-room hotel planned for Trelawny. What the environmentalists have to say. I'm Damian Mitchell, and this is Jamaica Now. There was anguish in the St. Andrew community of Stewart Castle on Tuesday following the discovery of the decomposing body of 8-year-old Shante Scars. Her body was found covered under rocks and bushes 5 days after she was reported missing after she failed to return home from the Red Hills Primary School.
I just want the person who did this to be caught and to be punished. And I think the person lives right here in this community. And it is really a sad day for us here. It really is. I guess the good of the bad of this is that we found her body, and if there's any closure that can come to this would be then finding the perpetrator.
I want to ask the parent this. How come to make the little child walk through the little gully bush there, sir? Yeah. Called me walk through it a lot and me run because I'm afraid I'm a old tough bird, like tough bird. Plus a little 7-year-old child like that. The person that do that, him watching the child, is not the first. Him watching the child this today, watch her tomorrow, and watch her the other day, and keep watching her.
It is very sad at school, the teachers dropping down and all those things. It is very sad.
And a day later, 26-year-old Miguel Williams was set upon by residents, beaten and then set ablaze. Residents say he was involved in the killing of the little girl. The police have condemned the attack, so too has the St. Andrew West Rural MP Juliet Cuthbert-Flynn. In the meantime, there were heightened criticisms against the police for how they responded to the missing person report filed last Thursday. Residents say the police did not give adequate attention to the matter until Monday when they blocked the roads to call for increased attention. The following day, additional police resources were brought in and a major search launched. It was during that search that the child's body was found.
I can tell you, since this was reported to the police has been carrying out every effort to find this child. Inspector Davon Shirley, that is in charge of the Red Hills Police Station, would have gone into the bushes several times. But you have to remember, these are persons without much resources to get the job done.
The hunt is on for a group of gunmen who, on Wednesday afternoon, robbed a supermarket in Spalding's Clarendon, then opened fire on the nearby Spalding's police station, injuring a cop. The men, dressed in army fatigue, were reportedly armed with M16 rifles. They are said to have taken an undetermined sum of money from the supermarket as people scampered for safety. As the men escaped in a white Toyota Probox, they reportedly fired multiple shots at the Spalding's police station, hitting a corporal in the abdomen. He was later rushed to a hospital and has since undergone a surgical operation. It was a solemn service of sadness yet celebration on Monday to bid farewell to Jamaican broadcast icon Dorraine Samuels Ann-Marie Vaz. Samwells died last month at the age of 59 from a cancer she fought for months. At the University Chapel at the University of the West Indies, Mona, hundreds of civic and business leaders, colleagues and family members gathered for the final wrap on the life of a broadcaster who dedicated 38 years to RJR 94 FM.
Even when we would bicker, I never once stopped loving you, and I wish I could express how blessed I was to have you in my life. You were my #1 supporter, my friend to sit and chat and gossip with, and a loving and devoted mother. Now I must use all your lessons as I take on the world at a tender age. I may not have you around to talk to after a stressful day, but I will always have you in my heart. This process will be really hard, but I can only hope I can be as strong and beautiful as you were.
In 1999, after RJR acquired the Jamaica Broadcasting Corporation, Dorraine was asked to go into training to do Smile Jamaica. It's morning time. But that would mean she would have had to leave radio, and she would have none of it.
Russell's tribute, my one son. That's how she always referred to me, her one son. I can still remember her calling me that as I stand here today. My mother was an amazing person, one who always led by example, and by doing so taught us so much. She was organized, strategic, and solution-oriented. She always planned ahead, always ensured that everything was in place. She showed us how to be skilled negotiators, teaching us the value of money and always instructing us to always fight for a fair deal. And in those rare moments when she didn't get the best bargain, she always learned from the experience and went into the next negotiation more prepared.
A mighty inferno this week raged through the Notre Cathedral in Paris, France for more than 12 hours, destroying its spire and roof. However, its twin medieval bell towers were saved, as well as relic revered as Jesus' crown of thorns. More than 400 firefighters fought the blaze. French President Emmanuel Macron pledged to rebuild the beloved Roman Catholic architectural landmark and wants to see it completed within 5 years. Authorities consider the fire accident possibly as a result of restoration work at the global architectural treasure that was almost 900 years old. 53-year-old businesswoman Ann-Marie Vaz has been sworn in as the Member of Parliament for Portland Eastern. There were applause among government members as Mrs. Vaz was invited to take the oath of allegiance in Gordon House on Tuesday afternoon. The occasion was witnessed from the gallery by her 98-year-old grandmother, Eva May Wright. But in order to get to the gallery, it took 4 pairs of hands to lift the senior citizen up the stairs. The issue has reignited concern about inadequate accommodation for disabled people. Environmentalists have raised concerns over the planned construction of an 8,000-room hotel in Stewart Castle, Trelawny. They say that the developer, the Amateur Group, was awarded permits based on environmental impact assessments done more than a decade ago. According to the Jamaica Environment Trust CEO, Suzanne Stanley, these assessments are outdated. Environment lobbyist Diana McCauley also said as far as she is aware, no new environmental impact assessment has been requested for the development, which was being considered for more than 10 years. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@leanerjm.com. You may tune in to Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Jamaica Leaner and on Facebook at Leaner Jamaica. I'm Damian Mitchell, and before we go, more from the funeral of broadcaster Dorraine Samuels.
Make you feel like you were the only one in the room, even when that room was filled with thousands. This is our aunt, Dorraine. Fighter to the very end, God's newest angel, Carl's dedicated and loving partner in life and now in the afterlife. As ageless as she was timeless, as she was effortless. Our hearts burst with pride and break in despair. We are lost for words and for understanding. But we had to speak, and we had to share, and we had to celebrate her. Because this is our Aunt Dorraine.